before I get into this video on the exhaust comparison, I want to let you know that I'm going to be at We Are Mopar. That is in Texas, and that's on August 5th, I think. So I'll be out there. I'm heading out to Shreveport on the Thursday prior to meet up with the guys at Lux, and we're going to drive out there in some pretty sweet cars over to Texas to join up with the We Are Mopar show. There'll be a Lux booth in the show. You guys should stop by. Definitely, I'll be hanging out there for most of the day. Otherwise, I'll be running around taking some videos and photos to share with you guys at home. And hopefully, I'll catch some really good footage of us driving there in a couple of Hellcats, a Viper, and one other unknown car that will be taken out to the booth with us. I'll drop a whole bunch of links in the description on the We Are Mopar stuff, so definitely check that out. All right, now on to the purpose of this video. For those of you with short attention spans, I'm going to play the meat and potatoes of this clip in 2 seconds. What it basically is, I've been trying to record the NoWeeds comparison between stock exhaust and NoWeeds, and I haven't been successful doing that with my phone or GoPro or anything else. So I picked up a device here which allows me to lock the audio gain and basically get an accurate tone or sound level difference between the NoWeeds and the stock exhaust. So it's this device synced with this GoPro in the exact same location where you see this filmed from, and no messing with the audio. So in other words, when you hit that play button and you hear my stock exhaust, then you hear that massive difference between stock and the NoWeeds, not messing with the volume levels. That's what that device captured and is playing back for you. Also, don't listen to it on laptop speakers, even MacBook Pro speakers, or even your iPhone. You're not going to get that distinct difference between the two because those devices are going to cut out the audio because it gets pretty loud. What I would recommend is grab a set of headphones, plug it into a good set of speakers. If you really want to know the difference, take a couple seconds to throw together some effort to put a decent audio device in your ears and then listen to it. All right, so enjoy this clip, and then I'll be right back to explain what I did to get this thing going. All right, so we'll sync all three together. Come over here. I'm going to try something a little different for this video. I just have a quick short clip to put out there, but wanted to put some background and explanation to it. When I put out the NoWeeds video, the unboxing video, and I threw up some Instagram stories and stuff like that, when I went back and played the footage back of the Instagram stories while I was driving around, I noticed one thing. I noticed that my voice and my Scat pack exhaust, which is much louder than my voice, and the NoWeeds diverter exhaust sounds were all almost the same on the audio track of those videos. And that's because the cameras that I'm using, between the GoPro and the iPhone camera, even my DSLR, they normalize the audio in some way where as the surrounding sounds get louder, the volume adjusts, the gains on the microphone adjust so it gets lower. So what it resulted in is a sound of me revving my engine with the Scat pack exhaust and then me revving my engine with the NoWeeds, and them sounding pretty close to the same, when in reality there is a gigantic difference between the two of them. So the best way I could do this, I looked around and I tried to find some stuff, and I've been recording exhaust clips for quite a while. One of the methods I started using initially was I took an old iPhone, I wrapped up the headphones that came with the iPhone. I'd wrap up everything with painter's tape and just leave the microphone out, and then I would tape this near the license plate, and then I would run this part into the trunk and record it with the iPhone voice recorder. And that worked out really good, as you can see from a clip right here. One of the problems I had with it is when I really got on the car, the exhaust would clip out. This microphone just couldn't handle it, so you would lose some of the audio, like here. So then I moved on to this rig here, which is a nice clip. I would clip the GoPro facing backwards to the license plate, lash it down really well, and whatever they're using for microphones, or even the waterproofing they're using in the microphones, did a really great job with no longer clipping on those really hard parts. So this gave me some really good audio. This whole rig works really well when you're recording one exhaust, but when you're trying to compare two different exhausts, especially one that is really louder than the other, you really can't. You put them side by side, you listen to them on the iPhone or you know, on your computer, they sound very similar, or maybe just a little bit louder, but in reality, the NoWeeds compared to the stock Scat Pack exhaust is a lot louder. So I did some research and I found a device, and like I said, I just needed to get around the problem where the audio was being adjusted normally, or the mic gains were being adjusted normally. That's where this thing comes in. This is a Zoom handy recorder. It's an H4n. I am not sponsored or anything by these guys. These are available on Amazon, and I'll drop a link in the description. If you use any of my links in my description, a little bit of your purchase goes to help the channel. But I'm not recommending this just because you're helping the channel out here. So what this device allows you to do is it's got two really good microphones on top, so you're recording stereo sound. You've got the ability for 1/4 inch or XLR microphones to be attached down here as well. So it will record 3 separate audio tracks. So one of my plans with this is to prop it in the car. It's got a 1/4 20 mount, so I'm going to suction cup it to the sunroof. I'll have in-car audio. Hopefully I'll be able to get a good voice track just from these. And then I'll have one of these cables routed all the way to my normal exhaust location, which is by the license plate. And then maybe a third one on the lapel mic if I want to do some driving vlogs. And the cool part is it records 3 separate soundtracks. So you would sync them all together and you can kind of adjust your volumes. You want some exhaust for a few seconds, then I can go back to talking. You want some in-car audio from the other passengers. This thing will do that for you. I haven't really had a chance to play with it too much, but this is the reason why I went with this one. So back to this. What I did was I adjusted the audio and I got it to a point where the meters would not clip out. This chair is annoying. The meters would not clip out when I revved the NoWeeds. Then I took this and I moved it 6 feet away from the car, or even 8 feet away from the car, in an area between the two exhausts. So you'll see in the camera view, this was placed on the ground below the camera that was recording the video footage. And basically I revved the stock Scat Pack exhaust, popped open the NoWeeds and gave it a rev, and this accurately recorded the difference in sound. It's edited in a sense where I took the audio from this and the video from my GoPro and put the two of them together, but I did not adjust the sound levels in any way. I did not adjust the, like in other words, when it got to the part where the NoWeeds, I didn't, jack the volume up to mess with you guys. Again, this is my honest opinion. This is very close to what I'm experiencing. This channel started out as, I actually have no idea. It started out as something, to put up videos of how to do stuff, and it kind of took off in a way that I could never imagine. But for those of you who follow me, my subscribers, first of all, thank you. But, you guys know that I'm here to just give you honest opinions on stuff and maybe guide you where to better spend your money, or give you my experience with a certain product so you can decide, hey, is it worth it for me or not? Those of you who are new to my channel or just watching this video for, this is your first intro video to my channel, consider subscribing, because I do a lot of stuff, especially right now I'm Challenger focused just to get my car done, but I have a lot of other things going on. So that being said, the video you're about to watch has not been messed with in any way. I took the audio clip directly from this device, synced it to the video clip, and put the two of them together, and I did not mess with the volume levels. You're not going to see an increase in volume on the NoWeeds portion for no reason at all. This is the true sound, the sound difference, or the best that I can capture on this microphone setup here, which is so far the best I've come up with. If you're listening to it on an iPhone or your laptop with crappy speakers or your MacBook Pro even, you're not going to hear that distinct sound difference. You're going to hear some volume change, but not a distinct sound difference. You really need a good set of speakers, or even just toss in your iPhone headset or your mobile headset. That's where you're going to hear the difference between these two exhausts. So don't listen to it on your iPhone and then drop a comment and say, I didn't hear anything. Or, put a set of headphones on for a second if you really want to tell the difference and listen to it that way. I'll go into detail on my exhaust recording setup in another video, but just for this, I wanted to get that comparison video out there for everybody who's been hitting me up on Instagram and Facebook. If you're not following me on those channels, do it. I'll drop links down below. This way, I do a lot more real-time stuff in Instagram. YouTube videos, as you can see, take hours, sometimes days to edit down, because this NoWeeds video right here is probably about 9 to 10 hours long. How many of you guys are going to sit through and watch that? I got to kind of squish that down into bite-sized segments so everybody doesn't tune out or fall asleep on me. So anyway, enjoy this clip again, because you saw it in the beginning, and just know that I'm not messing with you. This is pure audio right from this device into the computer, synced, and then shared with you guys. All right, so we'll sync all three together. Come over here. So we'll sync all three together. Come over here. All right, so we'll sync all three together. Come over here. All right, to close this out, as you can see here, we have three distinct audio sources recorded at the exact same time, the exact same distance. And you'll notice the zoom gives you a nice difference in volume and tone between the Scat Pack exhaust and the NoWeeds. But you'll see the GoPro and the iPhone video, they kind of adjust to make the lower noises louder and then crunch down the louder noises to make them seem very similar. You can tell there's a difference in volume, but you can't tell how much of a difference. So if you're doing normal everyday exhaust recording of one car, this is the way to go. You can use your GoPro, you can use your iPhone with the earphones. But if you really want to do a comparison, you need something where you can lock the audio gain on your recording device so you can record one sound and know at the same volume level you're recording the next sound and the next sound. So you can do a really good comparison and kind of relay that information through social media and YouTube. So if this video helped you out in any way, be sure to gently press that like button. If you're stopping by for the first time, please consider subscribing. And as always, thanks for watching.